If you're in a position where you're trying to figure out how to take advantage or try to figure out a way how you can handle your own legal case, it can get tough when you are trying to figure out all the different places or trying to figure out how to hire someone. But most people don't realize there are little known things that you could try that can help you with navigating the legal process if you just know where they are. If you're dealing with a court that has filing fees, some courts have what we call indigent programs. So this way the filing fees can be waived if you're poor. Now, don't get me wrong, the protocols usually requires that you provide some type of documentation. It may be a breakdown of your expenses, it may be having documentation for certain places. But if you don't have, depending on what court you're in, like if it's $400 or $500 to file something, this may be useful to you if you know that you're in a financial position where you can't afford the filing fees. So when you are going to a court that has a filing fee in order to file something, ask them if they have any type of indigent program so that you can find out whether or not you can get those fees waived. And speaking about fees, when you're there, ask the courts if they have any type of court assistance programs. Some areas of law, they have such a great degree of frequency, like estates and wills, family law, things like that, that they typically, some courts will have what's called court assistance programs, where they have people there who can either, one, help you with filling out forms. They're not there to provide you legal advice, but they could actually help you in terms of filling out forms, filing fees, where you need to file, and what court you need to file them in. So when you're trying to do something in court, ask the court if they have any type of court assistance programs. And if the courts don't have a court assistance program, ask them if they have any volunteer lawyer assistance programs. Some courts have protocols where they allow for attorneys to volunteer their time so that if you run into a problem that you can't do on your own, they have attorneys that they can refer you to who are agreeing to do this on a pro bono basis. So this is a great way that if it's an area maybe you need some help with, it be civil litigation, maybe it's, like I said, estate planning, or maybe it's traffic violation, whatever the case may be, ask the court if there's any volunteer programs, volunteer lawyer programs, so maybe they can connect you with an attorney that can provide you legal assistance on a pro bono basis. If you're in an area where there is a law school, some law schools have what's called law school clinics that work in conjunction with the courts. Find out, and I know this is kind of tough because if you're in a state and there's not a law school there, that might be tough to deal with. But if you're in an area that has a law school, a lot of times what law schools will do is they will have clinics which allow usually second year or third year law students the opportunity to work with the court system and provide some assistance. They're not there to provide legal advice, they're not there to represent you, but they can help you with understanding terms and helping you fill out forms and helping you do things if you're trying to do it on your own. See if where you're at has an Ask a Lawyer program. When I used to practice law in Florida, every month the local bar association would do an Ask a Lawyer program, which would be about the first couple of hours early in the morning, and it'd be broadcast on TV, and they'd give you a number, and it'd be us and a panel of different attorneys, and we would be there to answer questions. The fun part about that is that all these attorneys were all different backgrounds, so it wouldn't be uncommon for me to be on the phone and answer a call, and they said, "Well, do you do estate law?" I said, "No, this attorney right next to me does," and I could just hand the phone to them. It's a great way to get some basic legal questions asked, and usually in a free format. Now, they may be doing it differently in your area. Maybe they're doing it via Zoom, maybe they're doing it via the internet. But when you're trying to find out just some basic tips or basic legal information, find out maybe if your area has an Ask a Lawyer program. All these things I'm sharing with you are just different ways that you can try to handle your case on your own. Ways that aren't always advertised, but just some thoughts in terms of things that you could look into that might help you out.